Hello, dear viewer. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today, I'd like to read on Trump's February, the rest of Trump's February. We're about halfway through, close. So let's look at that. All right, because I do feel some energy like surging up, like there's something brewing that will not be good for him. But yet, his energy may just feel like that. So let's see. Let's see what the cards have to say. We'll ask for help from Spirit to give us the information that's accurate and helpful to us. Please, thank you. We have the Five of Wands in the heart of the matter. Okay, well, now that makes sense. I feel like there's a lot of debate. People are not happy that he reassigned or fired Colonel Vindman, Lieutenant Colonel Vindman. People are not happy with that. And Sondland, although I sense less outrage over Sondland, but it's the military people that are not happy about Vindman. So there is a lot of debate. They're enlisting help. So we have Pentagon enlisting help of senators, enlisting help of whoever to bring a check on this president for doing that. They want their autonomy. And we have the FBI very concerned, too. Because we have Barr, saying that he has to be the one to okay any investigations they do on presidential candidates or campaigns up till the election. So we have some trouble. The Pentagon is feeling like they should be more independent and seen as more independent than they are, and same with the FBI. So this is a problem. There's a lot of debate going on behind the scenes. There's a lot of tension behind the scenes. And we have Hierophant for the challenge. Okay, but the challenge is, right, that they're kind of battling it out. Who has the power here? There are proper channels to check the power of the president, and they weren't taken. They weren't used. We had the Republicans in the Senate voting to acquit him, even while they said that they thought he was guilty of what he was charged with. So I have a feeling, I have a strong feeling that they will live to regret that those Republican senators will deeply regret that. That moment when they could have gotten him out so easily because the Democrats did all the work and took all the hard shots. They could have. They're going to regret that. So the challenge is that there's the government. There are ways of doing this, and they've failed to work. And we have the Nine of Swords. So Trump is worried. So he is very worried. So that tension I'm feeling rising up is not in my imagination. He is very worried. He doesn't like the Democratic primaries and going so well, getting so much press, getting so much energy. He does not like that. He doesn't like Bernie getting all of those supporters. He doesn't like it. He's really concerned about Bernie. Okay, so Trump is not doing very well, which is okay because I feel like, it's at the point where he's sort of sleepless and he's not too focused. So that's okay because I don't feel like he can act on some of his plans right now. The past is of course his rhetoric will be off the wall, but that's nothing new. The past is the Hermit. He's mad. I feel self-pity for him. I feel like he's feeling self-pity. Like, they acquitted me. They said I did nothing wrong. Why aren't they my great buddies right now? He's still getting these messages from them, like from a lot of the Republican senators, like, in fact, they seem less happy with him. And he can't figure that out. He's like, what? I didn't do anything wrong. So he really doesn't understand the situation. He really doesn't understand that everybody knows he did something wrong and it was egregiously wrong, but they simply chose to acquit him because they wanted to get reelected. He doesn't understand the situation at all. Oh my gosh, that is a level of denial. So when he gets on the television, when he gets on the air and he says, it was a perfect call, I did nothing wrong, it's been proven, he really believes that. He really believes that. He doesn't think, I got away with it. No, he doesn't really let the truth in. He doesn't really let facts in. And somehow he can do that. Logic is just not something that's been strong for him. Craftiness has, Reading people, reading how to manipulate people, that's always been a strength for him in that way. But he doesn't get these senators. He feels like he should be the most popular guy in Washington right now. He's feeling better about them. He's feeling some warmth toward them, and it's not reciprocated. In fact, he feels more shunned. And so that's really very interesting to me. He just doesn't get it. He's got some self-pity about this. He doesn't understand. And he doesn't understand that they seem to want to put a check on him. Not the senators, there aren't too many who would talk to him like that. I mean, Mitch maybe try to, but really they're keeping to themselves. They're not talking to him about that, but he's hearing round the corners from his attorneys. I feel like he's hearing that there are people who are unhappy with this and talking about, they're trying to warn him, please don't do this kind of thing again with firing Lieutenant Colonel Vindman. Please don't do this kind of thing again. Interesting. So above it all is the Hanged Man. So for the rest of February, we may see some delay, but we feel this, don't we? We feel this building. In the immediate future, we have the Ten of Wands. He's overburdened by a number of things. Oh, they're trying to keep him busy. Oh, so there's all this strategizing behind the scenes, and his gut kind of knows it. Yeah, he kind of knows when one is being pulled over on him because he hates that. And so, yeah, there's the strategizing behind the scenes for they're not going to confront him. They're not going to try to advise him too much like, oh, don't do that again. That could create trouble, because how does that hold any weight at all? Because he's done horrific things that are completely illegal and he was acquitted. So that doesn't, they're going to impeach me again? Who cares, So what they're trying to do instead is keep him very busy. At the root of the matter, we have the devil. We have greed and avarice. And not only that, but feeling locked into something. He feels locked in. I feel a deep unhappiness in him. Like he is, and I've felt this, I've thought this, like, yes, he wants to get reelected because his pride wouldn't let him give up. He wants to be the top, the king. And plus, he's worried. He's worried about what happens if he lost his power. He knows darn well he could go to jail. Charges could be brought against him. He knows that, although he doesn't think it probably would happen. But he wants to stay in power for a number of reasons. But yet, he is feeling trapped by this. He is unhappy. He's really unhappy. Because here he is now. And if he wants to get reelected, I'm going to try every underhanded thing he can to get reelected. And he thinks he will. Then that would be this is the rest of his life he's talking about. This is going to be the rest of his life. And it's not the way he likes to live. He likes to have the fun parts, but he doesn't like all of this travel. He's working harder than he used to. He doesn't like it. So he's feeling kind of really unhappy about that, actually. Okay, home environment, we have Page of Cups. Okay, he finds a little bit of comfort, actually. I see him weakening. I feel like he's weakening. I feel like he feels like he's an older gentleman now. He feels like an older man now. And his health is not that great. He's feeling it for the first time. Yeah, there's a change in him. Interesting. Sort of melding with his energies. There's a change in him. So, and we've seen it you know, his intellectual change. You know, he gets more and more vague. He repeats things more and more. So there's a change in him intellectually too. But this year, for some reason, just lately, he's really feeling his age. He's really feeling it. So he's finding more comfort, like Ivanka, the things she says to him, he finds more comforting. The things his kids say to him. He's feeling like he needs them more, but yet he doesn't trust them. That's just it. He doesn't trust them. Not even Ivanka, really. He's getting less. He trusts no one now. He's feeling, yeah, more and more isolated. That's right. We got that one. So he's trusting no one. His outcome is the Ace of Swords. So there is a secret he is really concerned about, or there's a truth. There's a truth that he feels burning within him, that he feels like saying. And I think it may be that he's done with, he really hates being a president now. He's starting to hate it. I mean, he can enjoy the times when everyone's kissing up to him and they're toasting him and all that stuff. But those moments are few and far between. And he doesn't trust any of it anyway. And he gets a feeling like a lot of the Republican lawmakers are deeply unhappy with him. So those are the two words that keep coming to me, deeply unhappy. Okay, we have the Four of Wands. So, well, you know, at this point, he's made his bed, you know. I mean, if he didn't have such a huge ego, he would have been able to get out of this long ago. Anyway, we have the Four of Wands for the White House, yeah. And we have the Magician. So there is also a truth. There's something new. He's done something new that he is really desperately trying to hide. That's one of the things he's worried about. He's trying to keep it from coming out through manipulation and making things happen and just demanding this or that or the other so he can stay in the White House. But what is this truth? What is this new thing? He doesn't want to go through another impeachment, though. I mean, he may boldly say, whatever, they can do it again. It'll just decrease their chances of being reelected, he thinks. I don't think that's true, actually, by the way. But he doesn't want to go through that. He is feeling less confident that he can do this job. So what do we have there? King of Swords. There's something being investigated that he does worry about coming out. Something else, something new, something none of us know about. And he's got some indication it's being investigated, or it could be found out. What does it have? What does it have to do with, Spirit? Money. Queen of Coins. Money. Money received. Money laundered. He's received money from somewhere that he shouldn't have received it, and it has been laundered. It is being laundered. Maybe through properties, through buying properties. I don't know. I'm not exactly. Oh, maybe a few different ways. Eight of Wands. So he's just miserable, actually. He's actually miserable. And I feel like I almost hear Ivanka talking to Jared about this and being like, we've got to get him away for a little while. You know, they just want to keep him hanging it together because they worry too that something negative could happen to them if he's out of power. They could be investigated. They could be in legal trouble. So it's not a good time. It's just really not a good time for him. Yeah. Well, if he wasn't so darn stubborn, you know, he could leave. The Emperor. See, the thing is the law. He's afraid of the law. He's afraid of the law. Right. So there we go. He's afraid of what's going on in the courts. He's afraid. It feels like they're mucking around in something, and it could be about his finances, and he's afraid they're going to discover something that is very damning and very damaging. So I guess we'll see. I don't see this coming out really quickly or anything, but he's very worried about it. Yeah. And the bigger issue is his decline. He is not feeling strong enough to do this, and people are worried about what he's going to say. That he may eventually say something or confess to something that, and they are really trying to protect him and not trying not to have him do interviews, but they've resorted to just distracting with 100 other things, to try to keep him from even knowing that, even thinking about, they don't want him to be proactive. See, when he starts getting into his own plan, like, I got a plan, that's when you see him start doing these interviews. They don't want him to even get there. They're trying to keep him distracted. So that's Donald Trump. He is miserable. He is not a happy guy. Because this should have gone better, he thinks. He thinks he should be the toast of the Republican Party, and instead it's like they don't even want to talk to him. So, very interesting. Instead, he feels like he failed. Yeah, so there we go. That's what the rest of his February looks like. It may be the month where Valentine's Day and President's Day land, but he's not feeling it. Oh well. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.